Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to SevTech Ages. So since last episode, I have been all over the place on here. I made a new advanced crafting table, because we used the last one, well, what did we use that for? It was something last episode, right? I think. Oh, the crafting grid, that's right. We used the one that we had for the crafting grid, so I just made up a new one of those. Also, I connected these up. And brought all of our just miscellaneous stuff up to here. Now some of this stuff could, like chests and things like that, they could go into drawers, but what I'm probably going to end up doing is this right here, the obsidian chests for like the, the node system. I'm probably going to move that connection up to here. I don't know why my elevator's not up here. Let me bring it up. There we go. I'm probably going to bring that up here so that this is like the overstock now, instead of having those two chests down there. And I think it'll be a little bit better because this is all plugged up to the system and whatnot. I will probably get that changed over. Also, if we pop over, let me go ahead and send that to the ground floor. And let me pop over here. I've done just a lot of miscellaneous stuff over here. I added a couple more pictures on this wall. And I crafted up a bunch of frames, like 2 stacks, 2.5 stacks, something like that. The rest of them are, right in here. I've still got almost 2 stacks of the frame painting frames. Then I have these that are done with the smooth crag rock, and then I've got a bunch of painting canvases. So, anyways, I've been working over here a little bit, adding ceilings and stuff like that through here. Cleaning this area up a lot. I've got to craft up like a stack of banners or 2 stacks of banners or something and start hitting it with banners. Over here I have been working on this area a bit. So if we pop like right up here, for example, I've been bringing this stuff up, and then right up there is going to be the top of that section. Then there's going to be towers that come up. It's not really like detailed or anything. It's just kind of framing and getting an idea of where everything's going to go. And then if we pop up, let's go ahead and go into flying mode here. If we come up, I've added a little bit of detail work up the tower. It's not done yet, but I'm telling you, I hopped around because I had like a major case of builder's block on here over the weekend. Actually, I'm going to break that. I just want one high there. A major case of builder's block, so I was just kind of like bouncing around, doing a lot of like miscellaneous tasks, trying to make the most of my time. So I was just kind of bouncing. And then also down here, I have started doing a little bit of work down here. About to start working on bringing this tower up. There's actually silicon there, but I don't even know if I'm going to get around to mining it because I have so much silicon at the moment. And then through here, I actually worked on these. I know it's been a while since we've been down here, so you probably don't even know what it was like before. But I did start cleaning this section up along through there. And then I started adding in the walls. I've got to do this floor, and then we got to start putting merchants down here and stuff at long last. That was something I've been meaning to get to for a while, but I got sidetracked. So, but I did work on here a little bit because I would like to actually solar hunt, work on, I don't know, this floor has a lot to go, but I would actually like to maybe work on finishing out this floor and the floor below it and the floor above it and then the floor above that, so we could have like the base, the big bulk of the castle. But it's gonna take forever. So so anyways, that's what I've been working on, just kind of miscellaneous tasks. And I started working on this little bottom area and really kind of actually kicking through that quite a bit. Like that stuff actually took a little bit, but kind of getting it all squared away and stuff. But anyways, like I said, I was bouncing around a ton. And then I also took some time. Let me pop over here. I think this is a lot of the reason my elevator gets out of whack, because I just climb up here. I took some time and crafted up enhanced Cal-Kotori. We had 1, but then I crafted up 8 more, which was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. And totally sarcastic right there. It's enhanced Cal-Kotori. We're gonna have to probably automate that. I'm imagining so, because there's actually, if you take a look here at the Elite Crafting, and it's funny because there's actually a quest in this age to make the Elite Crafting Table, but there is nothing usable from the Elite Crafting Table until age 5. Anyways, we're going to need enhanced Cal-Kotori metal to make this ingot, which is like the, almost like the Avaridia ingot, I don't know what all we use it for, but I know it's used for some of the creative stuff in the next stage. So, but anyways, yeah, if you look at the Elite Crafting Table, it's only used for this ingot, molecular, not molecular assembler, the thing. I don't know why I can't think of it, but from Actually Editions, molecular, it's something like that, but. And then also this ingot, which are all stage 5 items. And there might be more stuff, in age 5, but that's what shows up in it in age 4. But if you take a look here, there's a quest to make it right here. So, I don't know. I have no clue. But anyways, we're going to pick back up today, and the first thing I want to do, and we might actually craft that later, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if we could use that for advanced crafting table recipes. Since it's basically just a bigger crafting table, I'm not for sure if you can put the, the smaller ones into that or not. I've never tried it. So, I mean, it doesn't show up in the recipes, but who knows. But anyways, today I want to pick back up with what we've been working on, or what we're working into, and that is I want to go ahead and make all these ender alloys. There's 3 different ones here, and they're all crafted in the arc furnace. They're all fairly cheap. We have the basic ender alloy, which is a combination of ender pearl and ender biotite. Eye of Ender and chorus fruit gets 4 of the ender alloy enhanced. And then there's the advanced ender alloy, which is purple blocks, ender rods, shulker shells, and eyes of ender. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and make a few of these, because I know we're going to need some for what I have planned for today. So let's go ahead and get... see what these are 4 at a time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get 8 crafts of it, because that's going to give us a half stack. That'll be good. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for, I guess I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other ones. We'll go ahead and do 8 crafts of each. There's also an ender ingot for extended crafting. Okay, enhanced ender ingot, which has no use in this age. I was looking at that earlier. The ender star also really doesn't have any use. Interesting. But I know that the Ender Crafter is used to make the NASA workbench. But these 2 things have no real use in this age, it doesn't look like. So, okay, so anyways, we need chorus fruit with the Ender eyes. And it'll be a half stack of that. And then for the other one, we need all kinds of stuff. We need shulker. Ooh, do I not have... Oh, I'm going to have to go back to the end, it looks like. Yeah, because we need shulker shells. I could have swore that we had... I know that we do have at least 1 shulker shell. And then we need 4 purple blocks and 2 end rods. Okay, let me check down here. Because I think I threw the stuff into these chests, and... yeah, we have 18 shulker shells. Okay, we're good on those. And the end rods... I've only got enough for 5 crafts. So we'll go ahead and get this stuff together real quick. Alright, and let's go ahead and get ourselves just a bunch of advancements here. So ender pearls and ender biotites. And I'll go ahead and spread these out. And then we're going to have chorus fruit with the eyes of ender. And is that a visual bug? Or is my math just awful? Oh, it was, you know what? It was 8. For some reason I was thinking it was 4. It crafted 4, but it was 8 of the ender biotite and 8 of the chorus fruit. Okay, well, that's fine. And then we're going to have the shulker shell, purple blocks, and end rods with 5 eyes of ender. And there we go. So, basic, enhanced, advanced, and advancements. Ender alloy, advanced ender alloy, enhanced ender alloy. Bam. Okay, so that stuff is done. And that completed that. Awesome. Oh wow, there's all kinds of Galacticraft stuff. We might actually go ahead and craft this stuff today. I don't know. We'll see where we get to. Because this stuff is just, it's actually really cheap. I was actually looking through the Galacticraft stuff, and most of it's not even that expensive. I don't know how long we'll actually be in this age. We'll be in it for a little bit longer, because I do have a couple like miscellaneous projects planned. But yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Okay, so anyways, we've got our Ender alloys, and I may have to make more of those, I'm not for sure. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Ender Utilities mod, right here. So this is all the stuff that we have available to us. And the first thing that I want to craft, oh, let's see, because we're going to have to do, I want to do the Ender bag. Oh, you know what? I didn't realize this. The Ender bag, it no longer works with other inventories. You have to only use it with a vanilla Ender chest. That is kind of a bummer, because that defeats the purpose that I wanted it for. Okay, we'll scratch that. We're not going to make an Ender bag, because if it only connects to a vanilla Ender chest, it doesn't actually have a whole lot of use for us. Okay, well that's fine. Anyways, the Ender Utilities mod has a bunch of really nice things. You can hold shift over most of these. It's going to tell you what they do, but there's just a few things in here that I really want right now. I will say that I'm probably going to use pacifier syringes so we can have like pacifier syringes is nice because I mean you can have creepers walking around like inside the castle and they're not going to attack you. They're not going to try to explode on you or anything like that. And you can make aggressive mobs passive using it. It's kind of nice, and I'll probably use some of that for decor, you know, at some point, so we can have like monsters inside the castle. But oh, let me find it here. I want the, well, I guess we should start with an Ender capacitor. Will be the first thing. So this right here, we're going to go ahead and go for the advanced Ender capacitor. There's multiple ones, like there's the enhanced one and then the basic one as well. Only the top tier requires enhanced Cal-Kotorian. But we're going to go ahead and make this, and I don't think, yeah, we don't have any use for it in crafting. So we only have to make one of these. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those. And basically this has charge, and that's useful for anything that you use, any of the tools or you know, little odds and ends of the mod that teleport things. Teleport you, teleport mobs, teleport items. Anything that generally teleports, which is the majority of the stuff. Like there's a lasso here that you can bind to a spot that will teleport creatures that you capture. It'll teleport them to a linked destination. You have an Ender bucket that does that. A bow that teleports stuff. You know, once again, just hold shift if you want to read about any of these. So anyways, I want the Ender capacitor, and it has a charge, and we have to actually charge it up, and we'll get into that here in just a second. By the way, there's also the Wand of the Lazy Builder and the Chair Wand. Both of those are really nice. I may end up using the Chair Wand so that I can hold entities in a certain location, because it basically lets you just spawn like chair spots. Instead of it actually having to be a chair, you can use it on anything that you want. So it is quite useful. But anyways, a lot of this stuff I'm going to be using for decor purposes, but I want to craft the advanced Ender Porter. Now there's an Ender Porter and an advanced one, the main difference being the advanced one allows you to teleport cross dimensions, where the standard one only allows you to teleport within a dimension. So for this one you need an Ender core that's been enhanced. For the advanced one you need an advanced Ender core. Okay, and actually I think we want, let's see, massive storage units, energy bridge transmitter, energy bridge receiver, we're going to need those. And then the advanced Ender Porter, yeah. Wand of the Lazy Builder, I might make it. I don't know, Formation 1 generally, I mean, Wand of the Lazy Builder has a lot of really nice features that are kind of a little bit better. But, like, if you hold shift here, it has a ton of stuff available for it. But it is quite nice. I don't know for sure if I'm going to switch over to that. And right here, the dolly. This is basically, if you ever played with the old Jabba barrels, that's the dolly from those Jabba barrels. So, but anyways, I want to get, I'm going to want 3 of the inactive Ender Core advanced. So 3 of these. Let's go ahead and grab, what am I out of? Oh, is that advanced? No, that's Ender Alloy. Oh. Yeah, I need advanced Ender Alloy. Okay, so I'm going to have to go to the end and go get some end rods, in fact. Because these right here is what I need, and they're not craftable. Xavian looked and he said it was in the next age we can craft them, but for whatever reason in this age they are not craftable. Okay, so anyways, well, we've got one of the inactive Ender cores, and I tell you what, can I make, there's an item for this, because you have to right click an Ender crystal, but when we killed the Ender Dragon we destroyed all the Ender crystals. So right here, the Ender Relic, you can spawn new ones, but you need Dragon's Breath. Okay, So I'll tell you what, I'm going to make another dragon spawn. And I've got to get dragon's breath. So I'm going to grab like 24 bottles. There's not ender air in this. No, because there's not Botania. Okay. I should only need 3 of them because I have another one sitting around like right there. Okay. Technically I could just spawn the dragon and then use the end crystals. That would work as well, but I don't know. I don't know because it has to be an active one. Yeah, because those are all going to be destroyed. Well, regardless, let's go ahead and spawn him. I'm probably just going to make the Ender Relic, because it's better, like, for long term, because, you know, we'll kill the dragon, and then maybe somebody else comes along and they kill the dragon too, and then they destroy all the Ender Crystals, then we're going to have to resummon him if we want to do it again, so might as well go ahead and get Dragon's Breath. It's honestly cheap to craft the Relic, so. Not to mention, really, the Ender Relic is kind of nice because you can make Ender Crystals for decor purposes, which is kind of cool. Alright, so I need you to do your thing. Okay, so we've got 23 bottles of... There we go. Get right up in here. 23 bottles of Dragon's Breath. Now I just got to finish him off. And remember that that's the attack he will always cast when he goes down and sits on the spawn. He will always cast that, and then you just bottle up the purple, and you're set. Okay, he is down. Okay, so now we can get our Ender Relic. We'll go ahead and snag that, and I shouldn't need any of this stuff anymore. And this we can use to spawn new end crystals. And I'm going to have to go get some end rods. That's fine. Let's go ahead and pop through. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take and just right-click the obsidian, and it's going to explode and spawn one of these. And, like, it doesn't work on the bedrock, so there's that. But, anyways, then what we're going to do is we're going to take our inactive ender core and just right-click that, and now it is an active ender core. And now I'm going to need to make 2 more of those, so I'm going to have to head out and go find just some end rods. And I'm just going to fly, I guess. That's fine. I fly like mega quick, so. Okay, I just got back from the end, and I stocked up on, I got almost 2 stacks of end rods. I also grabbed a bunch of magenta banners and a couple more elytras just because. So, yeah. Alright, so let me get the stuff. How many Eyes of Ender do we have made up? 4? Okay, I'm going to make up a few more of these. Like, what? That would be 16? Because these only craft 2 at a time. Yeah, we'll go with like 20. And then we're going to need shulker boxes. It's purple blocks that I need 40 of. Okay, there we go. Alright, let me go ahead and get this stuff crafted up. And that's going to give us enough advanced ender alloy, I think, to make everything that we need to, and probably the rest of the stuff for the age, I should think. I do believe. Okay, so there's 23 altogether. That should be good, I think. And then we just need to craft our ender cores that we needed. 2 more of these. And then that... Go. Yeah, we still got 15. I think that's probably going to be enough for the remainder of forever. And then I've got to pop back into the end because we need to turn these into active ender cores once again. Just like I showed you, our ender crystal is still up, so we don't have to worry too much about that. You can also, you know, instead of making the relic, you could also just kill the ender dragon and not destroy all of the crystals. Because honestly, we do enough damage. That's very, very possible. Man, it always does that every time I change dimensions. Alright, so, bam, there we go. Okay, you can actually craft, like, however many you have in your hand, that's how many, like, you can do them all at once, so. Alright. And there's some XP from the dragon that I killed. Okay, so what I want to craft, let's go ahead and pull up Ender Utilities. And I want to craft first up the Advanced Ender Porter. So this right here. And I'm going to need 4 Eyes of Ender. And then I also want to go ahead, because you have to charge up. Basically, I'm pretty sure that this does require a charge, if I recall. Let's go ahead. We'll try it out. I'm pretty sure that it does, though. What we're going to need is some of these location link crystals. So these right here. Let's go ahead and... Do I not have any glass at all? Or does it have to be green glass? It has to be... Okay. Okay, so we're going to need green stained glass, which I have pretty much infinite of. Alright, so linking crystal. Let's go ahead and grab that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to shift right click. And I'm going to... it's shift right click, right? Yeah, sneak right click to bind to a location. I'm going to put it right here. Okay? So LCL overworld. And then I also want to go ahead and make the tool workstation. So this right here. And then one nice thing about this, even if you're not using it, you can rename items with it for free. But if we open this up, we drop our portal in, our advanced ender porter. We can take and put ender capacitors into this. And then we can also put our crystal that we just made right into there. And you can also set the name here. So let's call this... RS system. Yeah, we'll just call it RS system. So we'll go ahead and set the name of this, and we'll put it back into there, and we can pull this out, and you can see that it says AEP RS system, and that's Advanced Ender Porter, and then right now it has the RS system selected. And I can't actually use this at the moment since I have no charge. Like if I hold right click, it's not going to do anything. So we are going to have to get into charging it first. And to do that, what I want to do is I want to craft two things here. By the way, this mod does have, it has a lot of really nice things. Like right here, the drawbridges, like from the old TC, those are available. Drawbridges and advanced drawbridges, and they can do up to 64 blocks, 32 for advanced settings. So you can do like, you know, different things with it. And they're fairly cheap. We'll probably end up using those a little bit later for some building. Also phasing blocks. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Also, memory chests are really nice too. And then junk storage units. We might actually get into those, use one of those this episode. We'll see. So anyways, I mean, there's tons of stuff. So you can go through here and hold shift on it. We're just going to be using this stuff as kind of like a need basis whenever we need it. Also, the elevators are here. Cracked floor is kind of nice, but anyways, we are going to need to make ourselves an energy bridge receiver and transmitter first up. So there's our receiver, and there is our transmitter. And I may actually have to go craft some more alloy because we also need to make ourselves some resonators. We're going to need 4 for the transmitter, 4 for the receiver. So yeah, I'm definitely going to need more of those. And then I'm also going to need 4 of the enhanced ender cores. As well. Oh yeah. Or 8 enhanced ender cores, my bad. So yeah, let's go ahead and inactive ender core. Oh, I'm gonna need stabilized metal or reinforced metal. That's fine because I've got the stabilized metal. I've got tons of that stuff. So, and really I could go ahead and order some more. I don't even know how much I have. I've been meaning to connect it up to our refined storage system. So, this is somewhat of an expensive episode because, let me actually grab the stuff that we need to make more of that enhanced alloy. But the ender transmitter, you can also charge the capacitor by, you can right click it on ender crystals in the end, or you can, right here there's ender infuser, and you can charge the ender capacitors using ender pearls and ender eyes, but honestly, if you have the materials, you might as well go for the bridge and the transmitter first, in my opinion. So we need these. It's chorus fruit and eyes of ender. Alright, so we have 34 stabilized metal. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. So I need, what, 8? These are 1 for 1, so... Oh, and then I also need to make this alloy, too. Yeah, there's a half stack of ender alloy. Enhanced ender alloy. And I just realized that's actually not, that's still not going to be enough of enhanced ender alloy. Because I need 4 per resonator, and then I'm going to need 5 per, or 5 per resonator, then I'm going to need 4 per core. So, yeah, I need more of this. Luckily, we built that mob spawn system like forever ago, because like I've been eating through ender pearls. And honestly, I don't know where I'm going. Honestly, I was eating through them before making all those teleposers, because those are actually decently expensive on ender pearls as well. So, but luckily we've had that system running since like the dawn of time. So, all right, so there's a stack of that. That should be maybe good, I think. If not, I can make more. Okay, so our enhanced ender cores. Let's go ahead, and I'm just gonna throw that stuff in there. There is 8 of those. And then let me pop over. Let me go get these charged up. These all charge the exact same. Just right-click them on an ender crystal, and you're set. So there we go. 8 enhanced ender cores, active ones. And then our energy bridge resonators. So there we go. Oh, wait. I'm out of glass. Of course I am. Of course I'm out of glass. I don't have any glass on me, do I? Actually, I think I've got like some kind of glass in here. Gray stained glass. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'll make some more glass here in a bit. Alright, so we've got our energy bridge resonators, our energy transmitter, and our energy receiver. And the way that these work, it's actually pretty cool. I guess let's set up the transmitter first, then we'll set up our receiver after that. So our transmitter, we're going to have to place this in the end for this to work. Okay, and I decided to come out over here, so it's kind of away from dragon spawn, just in case somebody does come, you know, to fight the dragon or whatever. This ender crystal won't be healing the dragon, and we don't have to worry about it getting destroyed or anything like that. I think it would be better for us to do that. Okay, let me go get just a little bit more obsidian here. And basically what I'm building out is a base here. To place down an end crystal, you need at least a 3x3x6 base of obsidian. So this should be 6 high. I'm going to go ahead and do like one more just to make sure. And I'm doing a 5x5 just because. And we'll go ahead and do like one more. And then let's actually build this top section out just a little bit. The reason being because our resonators, we're going to need a little bit more space for those. So we'll go ahead and go with like a 7x7, I suppose. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take our Ender Relic and just right click, and there we go. Now if you're not in the end, you can pretty much just place those down wherever, but in the end you need the whole base and everything. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our resonators and we're going to place these down 2 blocks away from our end crystal. So 1, 2, right on the edge there. And there we go. There we go. They're kind of a little bit tough to place if you get too close to the end crystal, because it's thinking that you're trying to target the end crystal. So there we go. And then we're going to bring these up by like 2 blocks above, or 2 blocks of air above. And then right up here we're going to put down a energy bridge transmitter. Setting right there. And there we go. That's it. And we have all these like nice nifty beams and it's like shooting into the sky. We'll go ahead and mark this as transmitter. And you don't have to chunk load this or anything. It doesn't. It actually mentions it right here that you don't have to chunk load it. Basically just having it, it works. Because it bases it on, you know, did you place it is all it does. So make sure there's nothing above it in the sky. Make sure there's no blocks right here. Like if I was to put down like a piece of endstone right there, yeah, see, it stops the lasers from working. So, but it will automatically update itself. And now we are ready to head back home real quick. And then the receiver, it's a little bit tricky setting this thing up. Not really tricky, but we've got to find like the perfect place to put it. And it really doesn't need to be inside the castle, I don't think. So let's pop over to... where do I want to put this thing? I tell you what, we're going to put it right over... Well, no, I can't because the blood magic area runs right through here. Actually, I think if I set it up like right over... Actually, I tell you what if I put it like right here, let's say. So let's make a mark and say here And let's pop down here. I think, yeah, that's going to run right through there. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so we can do that because it's not going to hit the blood magic area if we go through this area right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to dig all the way down to bedrock. All the way down. And make sure there's no blocks. It's basically like a void miner is, you know, the setup wise. The way you have to set it up. So we'll just go all the way down. There's bedrock. Perfect. And I'm just going to warp out of there. And then what we're going to do, I'm just going to use dirt for right now. We're going to place down our receiver. And we're going to have this setting like right there. And then we'll go ahead and... I don't know what that was about. Then we're going to go ahead and just come out 2 blocks from that in each direction. And I'm building this up by 1 because I'm probably going to put like a little platform here and then like surround it with plants and stuff. We're going to put our resonators facing in towards the receiver. Just like that. And then we're going to get all those nifty lasers. And now if we take a look at our AEP, you'll notice the charge is building up in it automatically. And we can go however far we want to from this. By the way, the receiver doesn't have to be chunk loaded either. It's gonna realize like you've placed a transmitter and a receiver down, and so it doesn't matter if they're chunk loaded. But we can go away from this. As long as we stay within the overworld dimension, we're gonna get charge on this. Okay? Now in the end, you don't actually have to do a receiver. I think you still have to have a transmitter. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you still have to have a transmitter in the end for it to work. But you don't have to have a receiver. But if you want to set up additional ones, like say I wanted to have charge in the Twilight Forest, for example, I wouldn't have to set up another transmitter. I'd just have to set up another receiver. So as long as you have one transmitter down, you're good. And then you just have to set up a receiver in each dimension that you want the charging to happen. Okay? Except for the end. The end you don't have to do the receiver. But so basically right now it's going to charge anytime that we're in the end or we're in the overworld. I don't know if I'm going to worry too much about setting up any more because really I'm generally always in the overworld. But we'll see. So anyways, right now it's charging up. And then what we can do is we can take our AEP. It's kind of like it's charging so it keeps like flipping it through my hands. But if we take this and we hold right click, and you'll notice right now it's making a sound, like a cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha sound. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to release, and it teleports us. And I believe, let's see, I don't think it actually takes a whole lot of charge. Like right now it's at 400,000. It's probably going to be at like 405-ish. But we'll go ahead and release it. Yeah, see, it doesn't even... Well, anyway, it's not even really noticeable as far as energy usage. Like, I can teleport, and I'm full charge by the time I can open up my inventory and take a look. Now, one thing I want to do, let's take this, and let's see, let's take it, let's move it back just a little bit here. Okay, Alt-Shift Toggle. Enter Utilities, Toggle Mode is set to period. Okay, so if we do Alt-Shift Toggle, it's going to save, including like the yaw and pitch and everything. So let's do that, and then we'll add it into there. And then if we teleport like from over here and we warp, it turns me around so I'm facing the RS system. So whenever I teleport here, I'm going to be standing right here every time and facing the crafting grid. So that way we can just open it up and do it. And then of course you can, you know, if you want to change it later on, throw it in here, grab it back out, and just change it. So it's Alt-Shift Toggle. I do quite like this mod because literally everything, for the most part, that you need to know is right here. You hold Shift on anything, and it's all right there for you to basically refresh yourself on, or you know, whatever. It is quite nice. Okay, so now that that's in place, and that Ender Charge, basically any item that we craft, I mean, there's some really nice stuff like the pick and stuff that can teleport items to specific chests, which is kind of nice. But any other like tools or anything like that that I want to make, and you know, they take charge, they teleport mobs, or they teleport items or something like that, which the majority of things do, I can just craft another capacitor and toss it in there. And I mean, you can do, you know, the lower capacitors and stuff like that. Realistically, I probably could have went with like a 10,000 basic ender capacitor for this, but why not? Why not go for the big one, you know? Now, one other thing that I want to craft from this, there is a lot of stuff. I'm probably going to get into some more of this stuff. That's actually kind of nice if it's not so late into a pack that you get it. Like if you don't already have RS and stuff like that, but it is kind of nice because it's basically like a super forestry work table. But one thing I want to get real quick is the junk storage unit. This thing right here, it does require a handy chest, which takes an inactive basic core. I'm going to need redstone blocks. Okay, let me get... I'm going to go ahead and get 2 just in case. I think there's a chance we might want 2 of these. And basically what this thing does, this is going to allow us to store mass amount of normally, like, what would normally be like non-stackable armor and things like that, is basically what it's for. So it's basically like it's like a drawer or a barrel for non-stackable items. If you played with you know, the old filing cabinets, it's kind of like that, somewhat similar to that. So let's go ahead and get ourselves. Do I want to go ahead and just get 2 of these? I'll get 1 for right now, I think. And there's, yeah, because that's 2 handy chests, so technically we can craft 2 right now already. So, and those handy chests are pretty nice as well. So, okay, so our junk storage unit, let's pop up here. And this is something I've been wanting to get cleaned up because I'm about to start working on this room right in here a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our junk storage unit, I'm going to place it down like right here, let's say. And look at this, we have a bunch of slots here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take, like, set this guy right down here. And rock crystals. These things do not stack and they're quite a nuisance. And let's dump these things into here in mass. I think it has 270 slots of storage, and you can have 256 items per stack in each slot. It's a little bit, it's about double what the ender chest can hold, so, or the obsidian chest. So I'll probably end up crafting. That's the worst thing, is you can't place a bunch of items like manually like that. It's a bit better than those, so I can kind of downsize, maybe have like 3 of these set up. I'm definitely going to need more than 2, I think. I don't know, because I've got a bunch of rock crystals, but because all these chests are completely filled. And you know what? I guess technically I could... Let me grab this. I guess really I could go ahead and make a dolly for moving that stuff a little bit easier. So this right here, what is that? Slime block. Okay. So there we go. There's our dolly. Then let's pop back up here. Another nice feature. Ender Utilities it's one of those utility mods that just has so many nice things. Then we can just grab these with a right click and just move them instead of doing carry on anymore. Anything that has an inventory should work with it. So if not, it's a, you know, if you run into anything that doesn't work with it, it's a bug. It is pretty nice. So, and then for example, let's see, I know I've got something on me here. Okay, so this thing is completely filled now with rock crystals. So, and I've still got a bunch. That chest is pretty close to being empty, but then the rest of these are all filled up. So, but anyways, it's gonna allow us to compact it a little bit, at least until we hit age 5. So, it will definitely help a little bit. Kind of a fun little item. Okay, and I went ahead and built a little platform here for our receiver to set on, just so it looks a little bit nicer. And then I put a bunch of sakura trees out through here. I'm probably going to do like some flowers and stuff and something over there, but just wanted to get something in here for right now. And I don't think any of the leaves should place blocks in and cover up those beams. It should work just fine. But anyways, that's the main things this episode that I wanted to cover from Ender Utilities. That's like, I mean, most everything I think is covered within, you know, if you just hold shift on this stuff. We will still use some Ender Utilities moving forward. But for right now, that, you know, that's the main thing, getting the charging and stuff like that up. Because I wanted to get an advanced ender porter, so that way if we're in the end, you know, 5,000 blocks out, gathering up end rods, we can just warp back. Since the teleposition sigil isn't working cross-dimension like it's supposed to, the AEP will work cross-dimension. So since we have the advanced one, so now I don't have to worry about being stranded out in the middle of some dimension and having to run back. I can just warp back with that. And then of course you can add additional, things into this, more crystals. So altogether you can have 9 different teleports, and then you can swap between them. It is it's control something, right? Control shift toggle or scroll will change your selected link crystal. So and then you can also store modules into this. So if you have linking crystals that you want to keep but you don't want them slotted right now, you can store them in there and whatnot. It's really, really nice mod, and there's a lot of things. I mean, like I said, we're probably going to use some other things a bit later on, but like the drawbridges and stuff like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and turn our attention now towards, we got about 20 minutes left in the episode. And first up, I want to go ahead and just clean up a couple just really miscellaneous things. First up, cooking for blockheads. Okay, if we take a look here at the cooking for blockheads stuff, we are going to use cooking for blockheads for kind of a decorative kitchen a bit later. And they did add a couple things here. Finally they added a kitchen corner, which is something that's needed to be added forever, because for the longest time you had to stick like something in the corner to bring your multi-block kitchen around. And then they also added the kitchen floor, which is kind of nice. It does count for connecting up your kitchen and stuff. But I'm not going to be using this stuff, like, really, because, I mean, realistically, it's way too late in the pack. It's age 4 before you can actually make, like, we're doing teleportation and we can finally make a kitchen. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, I don't think. But also, if you look at, like, foods, I mean, there's a decent amount of foods, I guess. But a lot of these are crafted like in the cauldron, or like the pies and stuff like that are crafted elsewhere. I mean, I guess there might be, I don't know. I don't really think there's a whole lot of use for it, because literally like from here down all this stuff is cooked or, well, crab sticks. But anyways, there's not like a whole lot of crafted foods to necessitate cooking for blockheads anyways, I don't think. If they had like XL Food Mod or Pam's Harvest Craft, both of those go great with cooking for blockheads, but this pack I don't think it really necessitates cooking for blockheads, especially in age 4. But we do have some advancements for that, so we're going to go ahead and get those, and like I said, we'll do a decorative, it's a smelted book to get it. Okay, let's get ourselves a book then. And what was the recipe? Was it platinum plates, I think? To make the tier 2. Yeah, it's 2 platinum plates. Okay. And then I'm going to need a couple crafting stations. That's fine. We'll go ahead and knock out the advancements, and then we're going to cover one block in particular that actually will be kind of useful, I guess. That's been in there forever, because I haven't smelted the stone in a long time. These are empty, because I tend to use these over here, but... Okay, so there's our Cooking for Blockheads 1 book, Modern Style Kitchen Advancement. And basically, I mean, the multi-block kitchen, if you want to use it, it has all these different parts. And I've covered it before in Qantas. I'm going to do a decorative one, like I said, but you have all these different things that, have different features. Spice rack, you can store items in. The fridge, you can store items in. The kitchen counters, you can store items in. The cooking table... actually is where you craft. It's basically a crafting station for food, and it connects to your entire multi-block kitchen. Your oven is basically a furnace. Your sink is water, infinite water for your crafting. Toaster makes toast from bread. The milk jar, you can put milk in it. And okay, I guess we're not going to craft the one item that I wanted, because it's not available in this age. It's probably maybe age 5, if at all. I swear. Sometimes this pack is just, it's interesting with the way they do some of the progress. I don't know. But I was wanting to do the cow in a jar because it provides automatic milk, but it's not available. So, okay. Because I'm not even making food at the moment. I will be using these. Whoa, they're expensive though. Blocks of quartz and blocks of black quartz for 12. I'm still going to probably end up using a bit of that for decor purposes, because I do quite like those blocks. They're very, very pretty. You could honestly make them cheaper with chisels and bits, but I'm trying to avoid just a ton of chisels and bits because you make a lot of lag with it. Okay, so there is our cooking for Blockheads 2. With this, you can craft food using things that you have in your inventory. So there we go, moving on up. And then cooking for Blockheads appliance blocks. Okay, so they want us to make the cooking table. So this right here, terracotta and stone. Alright. Like, if it hadn't have been, like, if we didn't already have, like, a crafting grid and all that, like, we would have gotten into this a bit more, but it's so late in the pack. Alright, so there's our cooking table. And there's our full kitchen advancement. Woot! And like I said, I'll do one for decor purposes, but I just don't have a whole lot of use for it. So, okay. So that advancement is done. And then we also have this right here, the power adapter. This is, or if you're wanting to pump power in and change it over to like a different type of power, you can use this. I don't actually have like an immediate need for this. Now, we probably will end up using this at some point. But for right now, I just want to craft it. So, golden transport pipe. I'm going to need some gold, compressed iron, aluminum. Okay, give me just a second. Let me get this stuff together real quick. And then I'll be right back. The stuff that we need for this. Okay, so there is our power adapter. And advancement, don't underestimate my power. Okay. So we're starting to get some things cleaned up here. I don't really want to craft it because, let's see. I figure we go ahead and knock out some of these things, but it does require, or wait, do we just have to make a terminal, or do we have to make a crafting terminal? Okay, we just have to make an ME terminal. So let's go ahead and make this. This isn't too bad. Illuminated panel. I'm going to have to grab some things, though. Quartz enriched iron. There's no way I'm out of quartz enriched iron. Oh, you know what it is? I put it all into here. Alright, so there's our illuminated panel, and then we just need that, ME terminal. And applied energistics advancement. Whoops. Okay, and then the manual and elite crafting table, we might as well go ahead and knock it out. Let's get, let's see, to make manulin in this pack, we actually have to run it through the arc furnace. And I'm pretty sure that we do. We are going to get into that here soon. So, well, we can cast it as well. Yeah, and make an alloy in the seared furnace. But we're going to go ahead and just run it through the arc furnace because I've already got the stuff pumped out as bars. And let me see. I think the crafting station actually requires 2, I want to say. Yeah, 2 blocks of manulin. So let me go ahead and grab 18 ardite, 18 cobalt. I figure we go ahead and just kind of do like an advancement wrap-up. We still got a bit more in Age 4 to do. Because I want to get into, let's see, Industrial 4 going. We're going to spend a little bit of time on. I mean, it's so light, and there's so many, like the farming station, or the, you know, the planter and harvester. Not a whole lot of point in that, for example, because we have the or the cloches. But there is a few things within. How does this work? Okay, ardite needs to go over there. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get this stuff creating manulin for us. But there is a few things from that I want to use that we'll start getting into here soon. Also, we want to do a little bit with drones and some other little pneumaticraft stuff. And then I also want to get into advanced generators. Though, let me see. We don't have mechanism yet. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get into advanced generators now or wait until we hit mechanism. I'll have to see. Because long term, what I want to do with it is through mechanism, which is a little bit, it's a little bit OP. Okay, I can just press this in the metal press. Great. So we'll just throw that right into there. And then of course we have Galacticraft stuff, and then just some like other little small miscellaneous things. Advancement made manulin. There we go. There's our 2 blocks of that. And then we'll warp back over. And I guess we'll go ahead and craft the advanced crafting station. So this thing, I hate making these things, by the way. Elite components require manulin, luminescence, black iron slates. I need more manulin, of course. So I'm going to need 2 8 ender biotite, 16 manulin for this. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just make a stack of manulin, or it'll come out to be 2 stacks. Or no, it's 1 for 1, isn't it? Yeah. Is that the same? Is it the same whenever we smelt it? So that makes 1 ingot. Yeah, it's 1 for 1. Or it's an ardite ingot and a cobalt ingot per manulin ingot. So let's go ahead. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one you put, like where. Okay, so we've got our stack of manulin. We've got our 8 black iron slates. I'm going to need more luminescence. Okay. I figured I was probably going to need a little bit more of that. So there's 4. That should be enough to get us through. I can craft more if I need to, but there's 4 of those, and then we'll get our 1 elite catalyst, and then our elite crafting table, tier 3. Okay. And there we go, advancement made. Elite crafting table. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of use for this at the moment. I mean, this is all stage 5 stuff. I mean, technically we could go ahead and craft stuff, so like that, and just make it, but there's really not a whole lot of point. I don't know what nugget that is, though. Nether star nugget. Okay. It's gotta be. Alright, well anyways, we got that advancement done, and look at that. Everything down here is done. All that we have is up here. Well, let's go ahead and do our Ender Crafter, just because we're kind of covering Ender stuff. And it's from Extended Crafting, but we might as well go ahead and do it. So craft the Ender Crafter and Ender Alternator for advanced crafting. Alright, so the Ender Crafter is just a luminous crafting table. Is that the only way to craft that? Okay. That's fine. Let's see. We've got everything else that we need for it. We just need the luminous crafting table. So 4 aquamarine, 2 marble, crafting table, and then some reinforced slates. And then our Ender Crafter. There we go. And then we're going to need to get an alternator as well. So this right here, we might actually craft a couple of these basic Ender alloys. I do not have any of them. I'm going to have to go get some more. So Ender Pearls and Ender Biotite. And they craft 4 at a time. Let's go ahead and get like 3 crafts. And then I'm going to go ahead and get 2 Eyes of Ender. So that we'll have those. I forgot to grab 8 more Biotite, but that's fine. We've got enough for this. So that, Eyes of Ender, and there's 2 Ender Alternators. And there we go, our Ender Crafter advancement. Okay. Yeah, that's really all we have left is like Galacticraft stuff, it looks like, at this point. Because, like, I think right after that, it's like reach the moon. And then that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and set down our Ender Crafter, like right here. And let's go ahead and make the NASA workbench, just because next episode we're going to be switching over and doing a different project, one of the miscellaneous projects that I have in mind. But we might as well go ahead and knock this out since we are... Oh, we're going to have to get compressed steel, so we're going to have to get the compressor. Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and just set that down right there. And I tell you what, we've actually done everything that I was wanting to do, and then a little bit, actually. Really, all the advancements we have for this age that are left are Galacticraft. That's it. It's literally Galacticraft, and then I'm pretty sure like right there or like right there or something like that is the end. It's basically get to here, go to, blast off, hit the moon. There might be 1 or 2 other ones up through here, but I don't think there's anything major. It's basically just, it's all basic prepping to go to the, go into space. So I know it's a few minutes early, but we might as well go ahead and wrap it up for this episode. Next episode in the episodes coming up, we're going to be doing just some miscellaneous tasks. Of course, this episode we did a lot of advancements. The next couple episodes we're not going to get any advancements. When we get back to Galacticraft, we're going to be setting up a Galacticraft room, it's going to be up there at the top of the castle there. So, between this and that, I'm going to be doing a bit of room work. And actually some of our little projects coming up are going to be up there in the castle. So next episode, we are going to start work on our industrial foregoing stuff that we're going to be using. So that's what we'll be doing next episode is doing a little bit of work with industrial foregoing, and then we're going to transfer over back into pneumaticraft briefly while we cover drones and a couple other little small things, and then hit up some other miscellaneous tasks, and then we'll start work on our Galacticraft and move on into Age 5, which at Age 5 everything pretty much opens up. I mean, most everything is open, and then it's like doing a lot of Galacticraft, so we'll be working our way through that, and working towards the in-game advancements and everything. Which, from what I've seen, like in my creative world, I don't think they're too bad in this pack. It's mainly just that Galacticraft grind that's pretty terrible, but we've done it before. We did it, we did it in Project Ozone. It's a little bit more involved. There's some new features to Galacticraft and stuff like that, so we'll be hitting those in the coming episodes. So, but yeah, we're not too far from Age 5. Not too far from going into Age 5. So Age 4 was actually pretty short. I mean, I think the major mods, aside from Galacticraft, is really just like industrial foregoing and pneumaticraft being like the major two. I mean, even if you look at the advancements, which the advancements have never been a good source of information as to what each age adds, but I mean, even the advancements are pretty much like pneumaticraft, go to the end, or I mean, Galacticraft, go to the end, pneumaticraft, and AE, and then like some really late mods for the pack down here. So, and then new ores, of course. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.